The latest entry in the long-running Star Trek universe, Starfleet Academy, arrives with a bold tonal shift that feels both familiar and strangely uncertain. In Gaia Violo's school-set comedy drama vision, the final frontier is no longer the vast unknown of deep space. It's the cramped, emotionally volatile corridors of adolescence. And while the idea sounds promising on paper, the execution often feels like the series is still trying to pass its own entrance exam. Set within the prestigious halls of Starfleet Academy, the series follows a new cohort of cadets as they stumble through friendships, rivalries, and the relentless pressure of becoming Starfleet officers. There's an obvious attempt to blend coming-of-age storytelling with the philosophical optimism the franchise is known for, but the balance isn't always stable. One moment we're dealing with existential questions about duty and identity. The next, we're watching a prank war escalate over replicated cafeteria food. The tonal whiplash is part charm, part confusion. At the center of the show is Gaia Violo's writing approach, which leans heavily into ensemble dynamics and teen drama rhythms. Gaia Violo clearly wants to humanize Starfleet's future leaders, stripping away the polished mythos in favor of awkward, emotionally raw students still figuring themselves out. When it works, it really works. There are flashes of genuine insight into ambition, insecurity, and the burden of legacy. But too often, the script undercuts its own sincerity with sitcom-like detours that feel imported from a different show entirely. The cadets themselves are fine, not instantly iconic, not particularly dull, just okay in a way that mirrors the show's overall identity problem. There's a Vulcan student wrestling with emotional suppression in a way that feels slightly too on the nose, a human overachiever whose confidence masks deep uncertainty, and a couple of background personalities who haven't yet graduated from archetype to character. You can see what the series is aiming for, even if it hasn't fully landed there yet. Visually, the Academy is impressively realized, blending classic Starfleet design language with a warmer, more grounded campus aesthetic. Hallways feel lived in, simulation labs crackle with energy, and training sequences hint at the larger Trek universe waiting beyond graduation. It's in these moments that the show feels most like itself. Ultimately, Starfleet Academy feels like a promising cadet rather than a commissioned officer. It has potential, ambition, and the right philosophical DNA, but it hasn't quite earned its rank yet. Like its characters, it's still learning, still stumbling, still figuring out what kind of Star Trek story it wants to be.